This work is created using coffee grounds by Las Vegas artist and burn survivor Dan White. He was burned at the age of 4 while playing on a boat in the neighbor's front yard. Dan understands the physical and emotional trauma of burn injuries and is dedicated to supporting men, women, and children going through the trauma of burn injuries. All proceeds of his work benefit burn survivors.
And welcome to the 22nd Annual Festival of Trees with a twist. I'm Nikki Schaefer.
And I'm Lindy Smith. And on behalf of the Festival of Trees Committee, the Arizona Burn Foundation, and our burn survivors, we are so grateful you're spending this evening with us.
We are so excited to bring the magic of Festival of Trees to your home this year by continuing in all the amazing traditions, like our live Christmas tree auction, our silent auction, and our first ever Christmas tree raffle.
We hope the stories you hear tonight inspire you to give to this wonderful cause.
And with that, let's get to the party. Cheers. Enjoy the show.
My name is Matt Cunningham, and on behalf of myself and the Cunningham Law Firm, I am very honored to be this year Tree Festival's presenting sponsor. I am looking forward to this great event tonight. I'm missing all of you. I wish we were together at one of the great facilities that has been held in the past. I've been honored to attend every single Tree Festival event, but this year, because of COVID, let's realize where our priorities lie and how valuable the Arizona Burn Foundation is to our community, to burn survivors, to their families, to the prevention programs that they do to minimize these type of injuries. And the way we can do that is being generous tonight. So I want to wish everyone who is online Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. But let's start this year off right by making our first Christmas present a generous donation and gift to the Arizona Burn Foundation. So God bless all your families, and let's make this a great event tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Arizona Burn Foundation's 22nd Annual Festival of Trees and our first ever virtual gala. I'm Catherine Anaya, your MC for tonight. Many of you may know me as a longtime media personality and former TV news anchor, but what you may not know is that I received my 5th Emmy Award nomination for a story that I covered about 2 twin boys who were severely burned after an apartment explosion and the rehabilitation that involved ABF. ABF holds a special place in my heart, so I am thrilled to be here and bring the magic of this holiday gala to you. Right now, we would like to share with you an exclusive message from a special guest.
Hey everyone, welcome. It's Ketchy, and it is so wonderful to be back and to see how much ABF has grown. Now, as a burn survivor, I obviously know the importance of receiving support to overcome both physical and emotional challenges. Burn recovery does indeed take a community, so thank you so much for continuing your mission.
Thank you, Ketchy. We have ABF friends from all over the country tuning in, so please tell us who you are and where you are viewing from. You can do this by using the chat feature on the right of your live stream's video player. Now, while we are physically distant, we know we do not have to gather to stay connected and make a difference. ABF's mission to improve the quality of life for burn survivors and their families in Arizona while promoting burn prevention and fire safety advocacy and education is important now more than ever. Tonight, we will kick off the start of the holiday season through the merriment of the Festival of Trees Gala while bringing you a story of hope. You will hear the very important role that ABF plays in burn prevention, crisis care services, and holistic healing. In the process, we hope that if you are new to ABF, that you will be in wonder of all the services and programs that we provide. If you have been with us for a long time, then you will learn more about how we are continuing our mission. On behalf of ABF's Board of Directors and staff, we would like to thank Cunningham Law Firm, Brewer Wood Law Firm, Forever Living Products, Willis Towers Watson, MDK Law, Phillips Law Group, our snowman sponsors, and our virtual table hosts. This event's success is a true testament to the dedication and the passion of all of our corporate supporters. We are so very grateful for your commitment to our cause. And most importantly, we would like to thank you, our wonderful viewers. Tonight is not just about the Festival of Trees. It's about raising the very necessary funds to support our critical programs and services. Your gifts help provide burn prevention, advocacy, and education. Your gift helps provide the journey of healing and recovery after the hospital, when it often gets much more difficult and much more overwhelming. Your gift helps provide encouragement, emotional support, phone calls, coping skills practice, and the physical resources needed to face recovery head on. It is through your time and your support that we will shape burn awareness and deliver further burn support. So please give generously by following the link at the bottom of your screen anytime throughout tonight's program. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you Anna Aha, our auctioneer for tonight. She is going to tell you how to participate in tonight's program and all the items available to purchase, which will help support ABF's programs and services. Anna.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm thrilled to be here tonight with all of you celebrating and raising critical funds for the Arizona Burn Foundation. A couple of months ago, I had the honor of attending an equine therapy session for 2 burn survivors and their families. It was an honor to see the burn survivors bonding and interacting with the horses that day. That therapy and so many others are made possible because of generous donors like yourself. And that's why we've gathered together tonight. Whether this is your first virtual event or your 5th, I want to make it as easy and simple for you to participate and donate as possible. As you can see, the web address is below me and the phone number for you to call should you need assistance or you want to make your donation there. The important thing to remember is whether you're watching this on your smartphone, maybe putting it up on your television, I don't want you to miss any of the program. We have so many great stories to share with you, behind the scenes footage of trees getting decorated, and I don't want you to miss a thing. So if you're watching this on one smartphone and you want to donate or purchase a raffle ticket, use your spouse's smartphone or perhaps another device in your house, an iPad or a computer, whatever it might be, so you don't miss a moment of tonight's program. Again, it's super easy to pull up FOT2020.givesmart.com or call that number on your screen. We appreciate every single one of you who are tuning in. We have 3 avenues for you to give tonight. The first is the silent auction. You see this beautiful decor around me, even the wreath behind me. Those are all available for purchase in our silent auction. And the good news is that is staying open until tomorrow night at 9 p.m. But as I always say, bid fast and bid often. The second way you can participate is through our first ever Christmas tree raffle. That's right, we have a beautiful Sedona Christmas tree available for you tonight. It's sporting artisan ornaments, native beads, and it has succulents. Growing up in the Verde Valley, there's nothing more magical at Christmas time than those beautiful red rocks and the evergreens with a little snow on them. This Christmas tree can be yours, but you do need to purchase a raffle ticket. They're $75. We're going to draw the winner at the end of tonight's program. Additionally, whoever wins this tree will also get a 2-night stay from Courtyard by Marriott in Sedona. And your third way to participate is through our Fund a Need or a general donation. The joy of a virtual event is that you can give any dollar amount at any time. But in a few minutes, I will be talking about specific dollar amounts and what their investment means for the Arizona Burn Foundation. Again, thank you for tuning in. Settle in and enjoy. Cheers. Back to you, Catherine.
Thank you, Anna. This year at the 2020 Festival of Trees, we highlight the journey of the Saldivar family. Imagine your entire family being impacted by tragedy. A fire that severely injured Maribel, Rudolfo, and Diego left Rudy to carry the family through to the other side of numerous surgeries, treatments, and a continued journey of healing. Tonight, we'd like to share with you the story of the Saldivar family, their road to recovery, and how they have learned to thrive through perseverance, the support of their community, and the Arizona Burn Foundation. This powerful video is brought to you by our reindeer sponsor, Forever Living Products, and truly demonstrate what is possible with the right support system, determination, and hope. Here is their story.
My name is Rudy Saldivar, and this is my family story. We We lived in Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico, because my business was based out of Hermosillo. I liked living in Hermosillo. That's where my wife and I met. It holds a special place for us. The day the accident happened, we started off in Ciudad Obregón, which was where my wife is from. We drove to Hermosillo. We got in very late, I'd say about 8:30 at night, and it was still like 105 degrees. I turned on the air conditioning, gave it a few minutes, then we got the kids down, put on their jammies, put them to bed. My wife was praying to them, and she asked me, "Can I make you something while you finish up outside?" I walk out, I start covering the load that I had.
I was trying to turn on the stove, and I noticed that it didn't turn by the first time. Then I thought it was the problem on that burner, so I switched the pan to the other one. And when I turn it at first, I hear a sound like when you're opening a soda bottle, and then the explosion.
The house just blew up. Everything blew.
I can remember feeling a kind of really hot cloud coming to my body, and I can remember the pain, terrible pain I was feeling. I remember Rudy coming into the house and asking me, "What happened?" I was kind of confused at that time, and I said, "I don't know. How are the kids?"
When the accident happened, my oldest boy was 3.5, that's Rodolfo, and Diego was 3 months old. He was newborn. I had to decide which room to go into first. I chose the room that had more flames because I thought whoever's in that room needs to get out first. And that was Rodolfo, my oldest boy. I got him out and ran back in for Diego. He was under a broken closet door that had, when the closet exploded, it landed on top of the bassinet, and that's what protected him from the blast. So when it exploded, that door landed on top and kept the flames from getting to him. My wife, Maribel, was burned over 65% of her body, third-degree burns. My son, Rodolfo, was burned on 35% of his body, third-degree burns. And my youngest son, Diego, was burned on 15% of his body, third-degree burns. And Rodolfo was the most critical of the two boys, so they decided to fly him out the next day. It was a long, I think I was there for a month first with Rodolfo in Boston. And things became even more difficult because I was given a call letting me know that I had to go say goodbye to my wife, that she wasn't going to make it. So I had to fly back from Boston. I flew all the way to Hermosillo. And she was still in a coma. She was unresponsive, but I couldn't say goodbye. I told her that I would be back, things would get better, and that everybody was fine. The kids were fine. Obviously, there was no response. After that, our insurance paid for a flight for Maribel and Diego to fly to Maricopa Hospital. Rodolfo and I joined her there, where she was there for 2 months. And so for the first time in 3.5 months, it felt like we were complete. We were introduced to the Arizona Burn Foundation by Linda. She was a volunteer. She is also a burn survivor. We still have contact with her. She's a great character to know. So she was basically the first person that we met through the Arizona Burn Foundation. She helped us navigate some of the services they were offering. The Burn Foundation also paid for the pressure garments for all 3 of my family members, and they also paid for a pressure mask that was made for Rodolfo. They helped us emotionally immensely. There was many times when we reached out for help. Once we were all together again, a major part of our day was taken up by wound care. So it was all 3 of them had to have bandages changed twice a day. There were kind of sessions that we would do. So it would be one person for a few hours, the next person, and by the time I was done with the 3rd one, it was time to start with the first one all over again.
It was extremely painful, I remember. But at that time, I remember that I used to tell myself, I prefer to cry right now. It's better that hurts right now than crying in 10 years for not doing this. I mean, if I don't do it right now, I won't be able to do it later. And I have to be a kind of example for my kids. If I don't do it, they won't be able to do it. As an adult, I don't do it. I cry, it hurts. Why? What are the kids are gonna think? And that was the thing that kept me more into the therapy and surviving.
About a month into being back from Boston with Rodolfo, that is about the time when I realized that people do get better. Before that, it was hard for me to fathom that people get better. That's when I started seeing people coming back to visit doctors. I started seeing people doing better. I started seeing my wife doing better. My oldest boy, Rodolfo, was jumping on a bed.
I always thought my life was going to be in hospital clothes. I never thought I was going to be able to wear clothes, jeans, comb my hair, makeup. And one time, I met a girl that she was also a burn survivor. She was visiting the hospital. When I met her and I saw her wearing jeans, blouse, makeup, and her hair all calm, I was like, if she could do it, I can do it. That was the first thing that makes me realize I'm going to be able to go through this. This is possible. Linda, she used to visit me in the room. And one day he called me and she asked me, would you like to go to a congress for burn survivors? That's interesting. How much it costs? Oh no, Arizona Burn Foundation is inviting you to go with me and attend the congress. I was kind of scared, or I didn't know what I was going to expect to see. It was kind of weird, but it was a really good experience for me, especially when you realize you're not the only one. You're not the only one that is burned. You're not the only one with scars. Yeah, the kids start going to the Arizona Burn Foundation camp once a year. This whole week, I think, is the most important week in their lives, where the same thing that happened to me when I went to the Congress, they realize they are not the only kids. There are other kids. And I think they feel like they are at home. They feel really good. They love it. I have seen every time they come, I notice them more confidence in themselves, especially my oldest one.
When my parents told me that there was a burn camp with a lot of people like me over there, I was pretty excited. Also because I was a kid and can't met anything that's fun far away from home. I remember when we were driving over there that I was also feeling a little anxious because I didn't know what the other people there would be like. I was pleasantly surprised when I arrived there. There was a lot of people there to greet you, and it was a really nice environment. Had a lot of fun at camp and have some really good memories from there.
Seeing other people with what I have is pretty nice. Makes me feel like my brother and I aren't the only people, and it makes me feel at home.
I remember that it was not easy for me before the accident to tell my family I love you. I'm not a person that expresses a lot, but after the accident we learn now to say I love you every time, any moment, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. That was one of the things that we got after the accident. When we got the accident, the first things I thought, how am I gonna look right now? Because before the accident, I used to care a lot about myself, my body. And now I was like, as soon as I'm healthy, as soon as I'm alive, and my kids and my family, all of us are alive and healthy, that's the important thing.
I feel like I probably learned to be strong from her because she doesn't really let what other people see her, what people tell her, get to her, doesn't really. I feel like she wears her scars with pride and not with shame. And I feel like she's a really strong person for being able to do that.
The Arizona Burn Foundation for us has been more than just a lifeline. It's almost like having extended family. It is like having extended family. Somebody that we know we can call, somebody that we know that if we ever have doubts, they can help us make the right decision. In all the years we've been involved with burn survivors, I haven't seen one who hasn't improved. I haven't seen one that hasn't benefited from some type of therapy, whether it be surgeries, therapy, the support of the Arizona Burn Foundation. If there's anything I want to say is that there's always hope, and we're living proof.
What an incredible story of fortitude, resiliency, and hope. As you heard Rudy say, there's always hope. We are living proof. And that is why we are gathered together tonight to raise funds to provide hope for families like the Saldivars and so many more. And I have some exciting news before we start our Fund a Need here. We've had a generous donor provide a $100,000 donation, a match for all of your donations that come in tonight. So please know when you give tonight, it'll be doing 2 times the good. I want to thank Mike Halley, a trustee with the Ruth McCormick Tankersley Charitable Trust, for their $100,000 match. Thank you so much for truly making tonight magical. Well, it's only fitting that the first level I want to talk about tonight is Hope Services. Hope stands for helping others, promoting empowerment, And you heard Rudy talk about the very first person they met when they got to the hospital in Phoenix. It was Linda, an ABF volunteer. She was there to help them to navigate those difficult decisions. And the Burn Foundation was there to provide pressure garments, a mask for Rodolfo, and to send Maribel to Burn Congress. All critical parts to their healing and recovery. ABF is there with Hope Services for every burn survivor. You may remember Scotty McKenzie from last year's gala. The day they arrived at the hospital, Lori, our Director of Client Care Services, was there to help calm their nerves about Scotty going back to school. You see, the good news is that ABF isn't just with burn survivors at the hospital. They're there when they leave, too, because often their journey gets more difficult when they leave the hospital. That's where Hope Services come in and where you come in. They're there to make those encouraging phone calls, to provide the physical needs for therapy or financial assistance, whatever it might be on their road to recovery. As Rudy said, it's a lifeline, an extended family. That's what ABF is there for. Your generosity at the $10,000 level provides that for the Saldivar family, for the McKenzies, and for burn survivors like Peter. A year ago, Peter was injured and was spending many months in a hospital and a nursing home, having a difficult recovery learning to walk again. He was frustrated and overwhelmed and didn't know where to turn, but ABF was there. They facilitated a visit from his daughter, Melissa, to help encourage him in his healing. It might not sound like a lot, but a visit like that can mean so much to a burn survivor, and Hope Services provides that. After she left, ABF continued to provide hygiene and garments and connect him to other community resources. Again, the level is $10,000 and the time is now. In fact, my team is telling me we've got a donation that has come in. Thank you to Cheryl London family and to Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company for your $10,000 donation. And thank you to Matt Cunningham and Cunningham Law Firm for your $10,000 donation. Thank you so much. Thank you to Hanger Prosthetics and Orthotics for your $10,000 donation. Again, this night has truly started off as a magical evening. You can give by using the link below me or calling the number right there and continue to support Arizona Burn Foundation's mission. Every single year, ABF puts on a camp specifically called Family Camp for those burn survivors who are of the preschool age. You know, a burn injury affects an entire family, and parents might be worried about upcoming surgeries. Siblings might wonder why the survivor gets more attention, and the survivor would like to maybe ask hard questions or meet other children like themselves. Family Camp provides a safe and therapeutic environment for families to address these challenges and to meet other families like themselves. Your generosity at $5,000 will provide one family an opportunity to attend Family Camp and aid them in their healing and recovery. Anyone that can give $5,000, now is the time. I want to thank more people that have continued to give. We've got Nancy and Pat Andler, thank you so much. Next Sphere, thank you for your donation. And to Douglas Van Dyke, we appreciate every single donation. They just keep coming in front of me. We appreciate you guys so much. You know, ABF has something for every age and at every stage of recovery. Many times after survivors reclaim their identity and get their confidence back, they want to give back to the community. And ABF has leadership programs that are the perfect avenue for them to do this. They can become camp counselors at Camp Courage and inspire and empower other burn survivors. And they can do the Leaders in Training program, which is a 4-year opportunity. It has a special program during Camp Courage and other trainings throughout the year. And many of those alumni go on to serve as key volunteers in the Milo and Moxie Smart Safety Ranger program or the smoke alarm installation program. Your donation of $2,500 is a wonderful investment in these leaders. And I want to thank some more donors that have come in. Paul Lehrman, thank you. Cindy Hunt, thank you. Bakhtavar Sales, thank you. And William Johnson, thank you so much. The level's $2,500 and the time is now. You heard Mary Bell say that the most important week in her son's life is the week at Camp Courage. They feel at home. Your donation of $1,500 provides the opportunity for one burn survivor to attend at no charge. Staff put on an amazing virtual edition this year. They had games and crafts and music and peer connection. They even had visits from Captain America and Spider-Man. Your donation of $1,500 provides the opportunity for burn survivors to attend to build lifelong friendships, their self-esteem, and their confidence. Another burn survivor, Samantha, had this to say about attending. She felt like an outsider her entire life, and then suddenly she was surrounded by 100 other kids just like her. And for once, she wasn't the special one anymore in the best way possible. Again, your donation of $1,500 will allow one burn survivor to have, as Mary Bell says, the most important week of their life. I want to thank more donors that have come in. We've got Navaz Gaswala, Hallie Foundation, Phillips Law, Alice Gray. Thank you so very much. Our next level is going to support the McDonald Wood Scholarship. It's available for burn survivors who want to pursue a higher education, maybe community college, four-year university, or a technical school. Your generosity at $800 will provide that opportunity for them to pursue furthering their education and advancing their careers. $800 is a unique number, and that's because it's the maximum amount that a couple filing jointly can give to a qualified charitable tax organization. It's a give and get. Give $800 to ABF, get an $800 tax credit on your return. Again, I want to thank more donors. They keep coming in front of me. Sharon Tietzel, thank you. Sean O'Hara, thank you. Kevin Gaswala, thank you. And Mary Strawn, thank you so much. We appreciate you. The next program I want to talk about is near and dear to my heart. As a mom of 3 young kids, the Milo and Moxie Smart Safety Ranger program is truly incredible. I've read the book to my kids, my 8-year-old son's read it to me, and they've participated in the activity books. My children are more aware and our home is safer because of this program. And your donation of $400 will provide this curriculum to an Arizona school district for 1 week. The great thing about the Milo and Moxie Smart Safety Ranger program is that there are lesson plans that are included for kindergarten through 5th grade. And the best part is they meet Arizona state standards, so teachers can easily implement this into their curriculum. Again, the donation level is $400. It provides 1 week of this to a school district, and that is the maximum amount that an individual filing their taxes can give to a qualifying charitable tax organization. A give and get. It's a win-win for the Burn Foundation and you. I have more donors I want to thank. Thank you to Sean Jones. I want to thank Betsy Bayless and Craig Reeves. We appreciate you. I have one final level, and it is so critical. It is saving lives, literally. Our smoke alarm installation program is saving lives and making low-income and at-risk homes in our communities safer. There's no one else in Arizona that have installed more free smoke alarms than the Arizona Burn Foundation. And the best part is they put in the highest quality and best alarms on the market. And they're one of only 2 organizations providing alarms for those who are hearing impaired, truly making our entire community safer. You can know when you are donating $100 that you are saving lives and improving the lives of burn survivors. I have a few more people I want to thank. Judy and Jim Cunningham, thank you for donation. Navaz Gaswala, thank you. And Diane Caruso, thank you so much for your generous donations. Again, the mission is going to continue. There's more of our program tonight that we want to continue with, so keep donating. I'll say more names later on, but we appreciate every single one of you. As burn healing has looked a little differently this year, the constant is the Arizona Burn Foundation is there to provide the services and resources that every burn survivor needs. I'm going to toss it back to our beautiful MC, Catherine, to continue teaching us about the amazing programs ABF has going on. Back to you, Catherine.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you to all of our generous donors tonight. We appreciate you. As you have seen by Rudy, Maribel, Rodolfo, and Diego, there is power in support. The programs and services that ABF provides are critical in the holistic healing of a burn survivor and their family. Once a burn survivor comes home, the difficulty of wound care, self-care, and post-traumatic stress is eased with a client care services team. ABF presents life-changing healing opportunities through building important recovery relationships and a sense of community support to process difficult emotions. ABF is dedicated to helping burn survivors, caregivers, and their families to build connections and a community. For more than 50 years, ABF has offered high-quality support programs for Arizona children and adult burn survivors and their families. 2 Maricopa County surgeons, Dr. McDonald Wood and Dr. William Price, and attorney George Fritz Randolph, established the foundation in 1967. Ever since, they've collaborated with organizations, communities, medical professionals, burn centers, and hospitals across the state to ensure that anyone who suffers a burn injury receives the highest standard of care and assistance. Let's take a look at how ABF is continuing the mission, brought to you by our reindeer sponsor, Willis Towers Watson.
Well, what we found is in this industry with traumatic burn injuries, it's a very hands-on, face-to-face communication style. In March, that was taken away from us, but our hearts were still there and the needs was still there. So when we talked about how do we make this impact this much greater in this moment in time, we said, well, we can't lose touch with people.
I can remember the day I sat in my office and said, something's got to change. We have to figure out a way that we reach people. And so it began with saying, Camp Courage, how do we turn it to a virtual platform? But it also included things like, you know what, we can make sure every burn survivor is impacted by making sure we send out a card to every single one of them saying, we're just thinking about you through this time right now, and if you need anything, we're here. So we wrote and addressed 1,200 cards and got them sent out to every single burn survivor we've had in our system.
So then the Zoom and different aspects of technology were introduced that allowed us to have that face-to-face contact, and the way that we were able to transition our programming almost instantaneously from face-to-face every day to online programming on a consistent basis. The feedback we got was amazing.
I'm in charge of all the community programs, mostly Milo and Moxie, which is the education program for kids that teaches fire and burn safety, and then the smoke alarm program and our senior fire and fall prevention program. Because we can't really go into people's homes to install smoke alarms, instead of doing a widespread walk, we will have installation-based appointments. And so the resident reaches out to us, and then with masks and gloves and with waivers, we go into the homes to install. So Milo and Moxie is just an amazing program. It teaches kids how to be safe in their homes from fire and burns in a super fun and colorful and engaging way. And so unfortunately, with schools being closed and with most kids being virtual, we were finding it kind of difficult to get this material out to kids. And so something that really exciting that happened is we decided to make a Milo and Moxie app. We'll be able to give teachers this free link to our app, and then kids will be able to go on and they will play fire and burn prevention games where they learn how to be safe in their homes, but they'll also play games that connect to Arizona state standards. So teachers know that when their kids come to our website, they are learning how to be safe, and they're also learning math and super important skills.
I describe my role as overseeing the camps and retreats and all of the logistics that goes into that from both the client's perspective and volunteers. Typically, you think of the in-person camps and the in-person experiences, but that just wasn't an option this year, and so we had to learn how to really replicate those programs virtually. So that meant getting comfortable with Zoom platforms and helping our clients get comfortable with an online platform, figuring out how to do different activities virtually, and keeping the excitement there, and getting our clients and our volunteers to understand that it's not just different, it's better. And it's better because we can reach more people and we can get more creative, and we eliminate barriers of transportation and time that people might not have been able to carve out in their schedules. They can hop on or catch a pre-recorded session. We have one kid who's been participating in our music and our art therapy who has really blossomed under this. He wasn't really talking, he wasn't comfortable with who he was, but he's just kind of found this outlet that he really loves, and he's sharing more, and he's, engaging with other participants that he didn't know before. And so to see that really kind of says that we're doing something right, and that virtual doesn't have to be this negative thing that a lot of people think. It's a really unique opportunity.
I visit patients in the hospital about 3-4 times a week, and just check in on their needs, kind of what's going on, check in with the family, see how they're doing, whatever support we could kind of offer to them at that time. There has been an increased reliance on technology. We've also been able to check in more with people that live on the reservation or that live in other areas in Arizona that we don't typically get to see face-to-face because they're just too far away to come to groups. So now that we have this virtual option, we get to see them a little bit more, and we get to kind of learn more about how they're doing and what's going on in their lives. We are consistent, and our services are not going to stop, and we're not going to leave them stranded and leave them without support. We're just going to figure out a new way to do it, to provide it.
Now for the part of the program that you have all been waiting for. Let the 22nd Annual Holiday Festival of Trees Gala and Holiday Magic begin. Anna.
Part of the magic of tonight is seeing all the beautifully decorated trees, and so we have 3 awesome trees that we have some behind the scenes footage, a time-lapse video of each of them being decorated. Before we get to those videos, I want to remind you, after them, I will be drawing the winner of the Sedona raffle tree, so purchase those tickets now before the end of our program. Our very first tree I want to show you tonight is sponsored by Cunningham Law Firm. Take a look. A magnificent tree. Thank you so much to Matt Cunningham for purchasing this tree. His tree purchase goes to support programs like the Milo and Moxie Smart Safety Ranger program. Did you know that over 175,000 school children have been educated since 2018? I can't wait to hear how that number grows once they launch their new app. Our next tree we have to show you was sponsored by Forever Living Products. Enjoy. I could certainly use a team like that at my house. Another beautiful tree. I want to thank Rex and Ruth Mon for their purchase of that tree. Their tree purchase is helping to support burn survivors attending Camp Courage at no charge, as they've done since 1991. Our third and final tree we want to show to you tonight was sponsored by Brewer Wood Law Firm. Enjoy. Another fantastic tree. Thank you so much to John Brewer and Dane Wood for their purchase of this tree. Their tree purchase helps support client care services, which helps burn survivors from the day they are admitted into the hospital for the rest of their life as needed. Again, thank you to everyone who sponsored a tree and who purchased them. You're truly making an impact in the lives of burn survivors. As promised, it is time to draw our winning raffle ticket for the Sedona Christmas tree and your 2-night stay in Sedona. And the winner is Shelly Milano. Congratulations. We hope you enjoy your tree and your stay in Sedona. We are so grateful to all of the donors who have given tonight. Please know this. The mission doesn't stop here. If you're watching this recording at a later date, know that you can still give and always learn more at azburn.org. I want to thank a few final donors. I want to thank Greg Mon for your generous donation and Danny Mercer. Thank you so very much. We have Jessica Fotinos, thank you. Ross Grange, Joseph Rainey, Wendy Thomas, and Jackie Skipper. We appreciate every single one of you. Again, remember that the silent auction is open until 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Visit the website below, call the number, you can make your donation. Thank you for tuning in. Catherine, back to you to wrap up our program.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you again to our corporate supporters tonight, and a special thank you to our Festival of Trees co-chairs, Nikki Schaefer and Lindy Smith, and the entire Festival of Trees committee. We are so very thankful for your hard work and commitment towards ABF. Every day, ABF's work impacts change that saves lives and communities. It's a fact. Working smoke alarms save lives. These days, our homes are filled with materials that, when they burn, give off toxic smoke and can be extremely flammable. ABF's biannual community smoke alarm walks, hearing impaired alarm installations, and Milo and Moxie educational programs are just a few ways that ABF educates and ensures our Arizona residents' safety. A burn injury takes a community and a support network that will be around for years to come. ABF's Continuum of Care model works. ABF provides an integrated system of care for burn survivors and their families to receive comprehensive services over time, from crisis, recovery, and eventually a thriving lifestyle again. Burn treatment and recovery takes a community. Burn survivors all have scars on the outside, but the scars on the inside can be much deeper. ABF's camps and retreats help children define who they are without judgment to truly start the recovery process. Camp Courage gives children experiencing a burn injury a chance at hope and a community. It is through ABF's programs and services that burn survivors are no longer individuals facing the challenges of being burned. They are a connected network thriving together. We need your help to make a difference. Thank you for being part of our evening tonight. Here are a couple of words now from Ketchy to close our evening. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now, as you have seen this evening, ABF provides a tremendous amount of support to burn survivors and their families. With your help, ABF can continue to provide burn prevention education as well as support anyone who has gone through the trauma of burns. Thank you.